The boy asked the girl to kiss him, but she didn't want to. The reason was simple, she was his mother. They weren't lovers, but a mother and son. Yet while the boy grew from an infant to a teenager and eventually into an old man, his mother's appearance remained frozen at the age of 15, unchanged through the years. Humans often lament how short life is, but in a hidden land cut off from the world lived a race of fairies who never aged. They always looked like they were 15, forever young and beautiful. They were known as the Yorofu clan, or the clan of partings. The Yorofu clan lived by weaving. They made a fabric called Sekijutsu Ori, each piece carrying memories of the long passage of time. The girl's name was Michili. She was an orphan who envied the bonds her friends had with their parents. Even the boy she liked had started dating her best friend. She had never even experienced the pain of heartbreak when disaster struck the village. The kingdom of Masadi, jealous of the Yorofu clan's immortal bloodline, invaded on the back of an ancient dragon named Renato. They slaughtered all the men and spared only the women capable of bearing children. Michili was seized by the rampaging dragon and somehow became the only one left alive. As she watched the valley burn in the distance, she felt utterly hopeless. Just as she was about to end her life, she heard the cry of a baby. The raiders had just wiped out another family, and like her, the child had lost everyone. Out of curiosity, she reached out and touched him. The infant wrapped his tiny fingers around hers. With great effort, she lifted him up. A lonely girl had found an equally lonely baby, and in that moment, Michili discovered a reason to live. Now the child was hers. At sunrise, she held the baby close, but she herself was only 15, still a child. To keep him alive, she stole sheep's milk, though she didn't even know how to feed him properly. A widow named Mito, who had 2 children of her own and a dog, took them in despite her own hardships. She even found Michili work as a seamstress. The cloth seller knew her identity too, but the villagers silently agreed to protect her secret. Mito helped Michili build a small house and dyed her hair to match that of ordinary humans. From then on, Michili settled in the village. She named the baby Ariel. Ariel grew step by step. He learned to walk, and Michili slowly learned how to be a mother. When Ariel first called her mom, she was stunned. She asked him to say it again, over and over. Their days were filled with happiness. Before long, Ariel turned 6. One day, while helping at the shop, Michili found a message woven into the Sekijutsu Ori cloth. It was from her people. Her dear friend Lilia was about to marry the prince of Masadi. Michili decided she had to rescue her. That same night, Mito's dog passed away. Michili grieved deeply, realizing for the first time how fragile life really was. When she lifted Ariel, she realized he had grown so much she could barely carry him. She swore they would always stay together. 2 days later, Michili and Ariel set out for the capital. On the road, they met Krim, another survivor of the Yorofu clan. When their village was attacked, all the women were taken, and only a few like Krim had escaped through desperate fighting. He and Lilia were in love, and he had never stopped looking for a way to save her. At dawn the next day, the city was preparing for a grand parade to celebrate the prince's wedding. Krim and his allies planned to strike during the chaos. As the prince's men made their announcements from the stage, Krim and the others tried to slay the dragon. Amid the commotion, Michili successfully freed Lilia, but 6 long years had passed. Lilia had believed everyone was dead. She had been forced by the prince to bear him a child.